Hi and welcome to my video. Today's video is going to be an update for the Take Off Panning Project Pan. This project was created by Emily from Emily and Max. Her YouTube channel is gonna be linked down in my description. For this project, Emily has created a spreadsheet with a bunch of prompts. All of those prompts correlate to a card in a deck of cards. So if we pull in new prompts, we pull a card at random and then check on the spreadsheet which prompt it correlates to. So the first product I'm gonna talk about came in for the prompt of cream or liquid product. I pulled that prompt in March, by the way, so this product has been in this project for literally 6 months. I am talking about this NYX Shout Loud Satin Lipstick in the shade a la Maude. I have actually decanted it from in here into this Body Shop lip balm container, and it is looking a mess in here, but when I pulled this lipstick in, I set the goal to use it 30 times, and I have finally done it. Since the last update, I had to use this lipstick 6 times, and every time I used it as a cream blush. So I actually never put it on my lips in the past month. But I managed to finally hit my 30 use goal, and it is gonna be rolling out. It is one of the items that I wanna use up this year, so that is not going that great, but we'll see. At the end of the year, I'm definitely gonna do a video talking about the products that I wanted to use up in 2024. I absolutely loved this lipstick as a cream blush. It is so beautiful, so I will keep using it as a cream blush, and I'll also keep using it as a lipstick as well. But it is rolling out of this project, and at the end of the video we will be rolling in new prompts. The next prompt I got has a pan, and for that I pulled in my ABH Norvina palette because it has quite a few pans in here by now. It has 3 pans, but when I pulled it in, it only had 2. Anyway, I pulled in this shade here called Base, and I wanna hit pan on it. Since the last update, I have used it 24 times. Still no pan, as you can see, but we are getting closer and closer every time that I use it. This shade I use to set my eye primer, so I use it every time that I do my makeup. That means that in the last month, I did my makeup 24 times. In this project, this eyeshadow has how many uses on it? It has 66 uses on it. That is quite a lot. I assume it's gonna take me like 2 more months to hit pan on it. So it's gonna stay in for quite a while longer. Next up, I actually pulled the card that correlated to the prompt +1, which meant that I had to pull an additional card, and that card was the choker card. The choker prompt means that you have to pull in something that you basically like either don't want to use up, or it's gonna take a long time, or it's sentimental or something like that. I decided to go with the takes a very long time and I pulled in my Natasha Denona Clam Face palette in the shade Light, of course, and I set a goal to use up this blush here. As you can see, it is really not getting used up as fast as I need to use it up for this project, but we'll see where I am with it at the end of this project. It ends on 20th of December, by the way. Since the last update, I have used it 12 times. And the month prior, I used it 12 times as well. So it has 24 uses on it. I am not gonna get anywhere with using this blush only 12 times a month. So I really need to amp my uses, which now I guess I can do because I'm not using the lipstick that I talked about earlier. I'm not using that one as a cream blush anymore. So I just have this one and only cream blush to focus on. But I really need to like work harder because this is one of the items that I wanted to use up in 2024 as well, which probably is not gonna happen either, but I'm still gonna try and give it my best. My best has to be better than what I'm doing right now. Next, I got the prompt Chopping Block, which is something that you are considering decluttering, and I pulled in my NYX Plump Right Back Primer Plumping Serum. This one, I don't like that it is so tacky. It leaves a weird feeling on my face, which I don't like. I guess my skin is very sensitive and I can feel like everything that's on my skin. Anyway, I set a goal to use it 10 times only. Since the last update, I have used it 6 times altogether in this project, 8 times, which means that I have to use it 2 more times. I am sure I can do it before the next update. So it's gonna stay in for 1 more update. Next up, I got the prompt as a pan again, and I decided to pull in my Natasha Denona Clam Face Palette again, and I set a goal to hit pan in it again. So what I pulled in was the highlight shade here. This is what it looks like, and as you can see, it has a tiny pan in it. I'm so happy it finally has a pan. I have been using it all year, literally, and now that I finally pulled it into this project last month, I used it 15 times and it has pan on it. I started using it with like a really tiny pencil brush basically on the tip of my nose and on the bridge of my nose and in my inner corners, and that's basically how I made this like very specific pinpointed pan. I feel like soon it is gonna be too dark for me because I'm gonna start losing my tan, and once I do that, I don't think it's gonna work for me as well as it does right now. So it's gonna be rolling out of this project, but I am gonna keep using it until I can. Next up, I pulled the prompt +1 again, and for that one I got the card most recent purchase. Here is my most recent purchase. It is this lip liner. It is by Lumene, their Luminous Color Lip Liner in the shade 1 Hazel Heart. Here is a swatch of it. It is a very nice neutral shade. I loved wearing it. It was very work appropriate. I set a goal to use it 10 times and I managed to do that. So it's gonna be rolling out. The next prompt I pulled was a chopping block product again, and I decided to pull in this little quad by Colourpop. It is called the Tidal Wave Quad, and I pulled in this inner corner shade up here called, what is this called? Ocean Breeze. I set a goal to use it 10 times. I have used it since the last update 6 times. It has a little tiny dip in it, but overall nothing major. I pulled it in for chopping block because I am planning on decoloring this quad because it is really not my type of colors for every day at least. And I wanted to see if I should keep this inner corner shade. I have not made my mind up about it yet because it is quite yellowy and greenish, but at the same time it is kind of special. So I think once I have my 10 uses on it, maybe I'll have a better idea. But also a great idea that I wanted to do was to try and dupe it in my collection to see if there's something similar to it. And then I will make my mind up and you will see in my next declutter, I guess, whether I keep it or not. So 4 more uses on that one. It should definitely be out for the next update. So if you've been keeping up, then you know that I am gonna be rolling out 3 products, but one of them was a +1, so I'm not gonna roll in anything instead of that one. I'm just gonna pull in 2 more cards and we'll see what those are. So we're gonna be going down from 7 cards to 6. I am shuffling the cards and I'm just gonna pull the deck in 2 and we'll see what's there. The 9 of Clubs is a newest product, but I just rolled out my newest product. Okay, I'll figure something out for that. And then the second card is gonna be down from here. 8 of Diamonds is Whole Collection Roulette. Cool. Let me figure out how to do that one. Okay, so I pulled up on my laptop my inventory spreadsheet or Excel file or whatever, and I have here put into random number generator numbers from 2 to 71. Let's generate what we get. That is number 40. 40 on my spreadsheet is my Urban Decay Naked 3 eyeshadow palette. Let me go get that and let me figure out what I'm gonna pull in for the newest prompt as well. So I was looking at every category and what the newest product in each of them is, and I decided to pull in this Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. I feel like I haven't used it that much this year and I definitely want to get more use out of it, but I do have a lot of lip glosses in different projects already. So I'm gonna set the goal to use it 10 times, but it's not gonna be a sprint, it's gonna be a marathon with this one because I'm just kind of spread thin on my lip products. And I will like probably have it out at the finale and not before because yeah, as I said, I have so many lip products in projects, but I just feel like I haven't used it that much this year, and I definitely want to get some more use out of it. It is a lovely product and it smells very good. And for the whole collection roulette, I got the Naked 3 palette. I think I'm just gonna do a No Pan Left Behind on this. Here is what this palette looks like. It is lovely colors. I do like this palette a lot. It goes very well with the lip gloss as well. But I am quite spread thin on all my eyeshadows as well. So this is not ideal. These shades, like half of the palette is not very work appropriate. The other half is, and I absolutely love this half. So we'll see what's gonna happen with this palette. I don't think it's gonna be out for the next update either. I'm not gonna like try and hurry with this one either. But I definitely am gonna have at least one thing out per every update. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing as well. Thank you so much and bye bye.